what they was in the room with, right? But by God's grace, we've been able to get kings in the room with GDs, right? BDs in the room with GDs, right? And we've been able to literally stand up, brother, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. These are brothers, man. By God's grace, have risked their lives and are risking their lives. And blood has literally been shed. And what people say cannot happen is happening with these brothers in the unity movement, right? Yeah. And when a man is already fearless and don't care about dying, you can't do nothing with a man that don't care about dying for God. You see what I'm saying?
Look, this is the eye of the trenches.
God has shown me that there is no such thing as impossibility with him involved, right? So this movement right here, when you talk about understanding the psychology, and you all can have a seat, I love you all, man, and I love the black people.
Love you too, love you too.
Yeah. But man, bro, the psych, when I say you can't judge, a lot of times we study, we get information, we get wisdom, and we start to teach based off of what we read in a book. Okay, that's good, right? But if you're not doing the groundwork, you don't really understand, right? It's like going to school to be a tradesman and be a welder, and you study and you reading the books, but until you get that real field experience, you don't really understand, right? You don't really get it. You don't really get it. And me being a welder myself, I went to school for welding. It's certain stuff that you would never find in a book, right? It's certain tools that's made for one thing that in the field you're using it for something completely different to get the job done, right? But that comes with experience. And when I'm out here, the reason I love my brothers and I love my sisters is because if I was to judge them based off of what I saw on the internet, right? Or what I saw in the tabloids or a magazine, I would never really understand the beauty that's in the hearts of each and every last one of these brothers that the world has deemed savages, right? That the world has deemed beasts, that the world has rejected and despised. We literally turn a blind eye to the brothers and sisters that I wholeheartedly believe are chosen to take this enemy down and walk us into the promised land. And I love each and every last one of them. So really when I'm building with them, the first thing is I gotta be able to go in the trench and see stuff that I know is crazy as hell and not say nothing, right? And look at it like this is absolutely absurd. But when your love is there and you're not judging and condemning a lot of what don't make sense, you start to understand it makes sense in this environment, right? It make a whole lot of sense in this environment when your mother's not there, when your father's not there, when you're being physically abused in the household, when your father is telling you, I wish your nephew was my son because you a dumb B-word. You understand what I'm saying? All of the pain. And you in the household, you may have your mother and your father, but if it ain't no love in the household, the first place you run to is the streets, man, right? And what I've come to understand is that the brothers that we judge for being lawless and reckless, they may be involved in foul activity, but they've developed a bond amongst each other, right? That if they can convert that energy that they use for negativity into positivity, the bond that they have with each other and the love that they have with one another, that energy can be used to really revolutionize our entire communities, right? So I'm saying all of this to say I could go on and on, because that was a loaded question, bro. We all we got, family. We all we got. And it's not enough to look at the interviews and say these young soldiers is crazy. Some of the craziest ones got the biggest hearts, man. And if you invest in them, if you love them, if you teach them, if you be there for them as a big brother and not they judge, you'll start to realize the God start to come alive in them, right? Yes. And the fearlessness that they have for reckless activity, that same fearlessness will be used for righteousness, right? Yeah. And when a man is already fearless and don't care about dying, you can't do nothing with a man that don't care about dying for God. You see what I'm saying?